And mhm. Okay, it is 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern Time on the dot. Hey, everybody. How are you? Oh, there's Jennifer. Oh, I love that. She was notified. So notifications are working. I'm getting the thumbs up from my technical director. So what do you know? We love it when everything's working. Hi, Laura Stahl. I am inking up. I'm wondering if my ink pad's a little dry. I don't know. Um, so let's see how this is going to go. I have been using my new Altenew stamp wheel 2.0. And if you haven't seen it, I have a video showcasing it. And so go back and watch that one when we're done tonight if you haven't seen it. I've got a couple of videos now posted recently. We've got the new Alex Syberia release, just an introductory video, and we're kind of recapping some of that tonight. Oh, Jennifer says she is 2.0 envy. That's funny. Hi, Diana Curtis. And so go watch that video if you haven't seen it. And then we've got the Alex Syberia intro. And that was posted yesterday, I believe, because the new release went live. And so here we are tonight. And I thought we would use some more of the new Alex Syberia and talk about color cubes. And I have not, these cute little penguins are part of the new release. And I have not colored them up yet. So they are very, very cute and probably won't take much work. So I thought, and they will look really cute on some of our cards. And if you have not gone to get some inspiration at the Alex Syberia store, you have to go see all of the amazing designer cards and projects because they are, I have to tell you, you know, we get inspired just like you do by looking at everybody else's cards. And oh my goodness, they were so cute. I loved them. So these cute little penguin guys go really cute with some of the other products in the release. So many things to talk about. And I thought we would start here. So look how cute that is. I'll move some of this other stuff out of the way and then we can get started. So the good news is those little guys can stay right on there on the stamp wheel plate. And we could even color right here, but that's not normally what I do. So we'll pull this up. And aren't they cute? Look, look, look. They and they're just the right size. They're not too little, they're not too big, but super easy coloring, and they'll look cute on our cards. So sorry, I'm like kind of can't get any words out, I think, because I haven't been live for a couple of weeks and I always feel kind of rusty. So it's going to take me a minute to get back in the flow. And my craft room is a complete disaster. But we're going to ignore that. I even had to go, I was gone last weekend. Diana and I went to see some friends at the Gulf Shores and they crafted, I worked. And I haven't even unpacked all my stuff yet. So I had to go find everything. At first I panicked and I didn't know where everything was. So I had to go find it. It was so funny. So let's color some of these. I used Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I always heat set after I stamp, before I color. It's just, I just automatically do it because with Memento, usually there are no problems, but heat setting ink, usually, no matter, not all of them, because they're not all created equal. I use Memento. I've had a couple others recommended to me. I know the Gina K amalgam ink is good, but, and I have some of that and it's good. So, but I always heat set. So give it a little hit of heat and that pretty much keeps anything from smearing. And before we get started coloring these cute guys, I'll talk about some of the things that I have here. Hey, Lisa, that I have on my desk. Okay, so before we get to those cute guys, let's talk about this. So some of the cute makes that I created this week. So first, I have to tell you, let's see if I can find, I pulled out my color cubes because I always kind of want to see, like, you know, just look for something different. And at first, when I first got all of the Alex Syberia stuff, I thought, oh, you know, it still wasn't Valentine's Day. So I was in that mode. And so I don't think it was that one. So, you know, I was in the mode of Valentine's, and then I realized that the release wouldn't come out until I think I used this one a little bit and did a play on some of these colors. I used more purples, some different, more like the turquoisey kind of blue greens. Maybe it wasn't this one. I can't remember. Or I just used it as inspiration. And so then I decided to pivot and pick a different color palette to show you exactly how these products would work throughout the year and like in a completely different way. Hi, Cindy, how are you? And so that's what's kind of fun about this. So this was the first one that I created kind of Valentine's Day thinking, but then decided to go with a whole different color palette to show you how awesome all of these things are and how well they would work throughout the year. So I do love this card. Seriously, love this card. Look at the background. It's got that really pretty heart die. I'm not going to go through all the things. Maybe I'll flip through them really quickly from the release. You saw the penguins. Let's do this quickly and then we'll kind of, so you get a quick recap if you haven't seen my video from yesterday. So first we have this stamp set, adorable, with lots of really fun sentiments on it of the penguins that'll go with almost everything. And the thing is, like I said, this is not a set that you only have to use at Valentine's Day. Look, sealed with a penguin kiss, mailing you warm hugs. Surprise, it's me sending you love. These are timeless sentiments stamps that you can use all year long. So there's that one. This is the Endless Hearts die. You can't see the back because I always make some samples and have them ready to go. And if you watch the video, you'll see I kind of share exactly everything. And this is the card I created. Look, because it cuts out every single individual heart and it's nested in there. And you can go traditional with the reds and all those, but this was part of my inspiration to go with a different palette. And how pretty is that one? And I embossed this first with a glittery wow embossing powder. Look, can you see that dimension? Isn't that cool how it kept it on each of those hearts? And then I think I did 2 or 3 coats of clear embossing over it. So think about that sometimes, using different embossing powders. But how cool is that? Can you see that? I love this kind of the what was it? Glossy accents look, but I got it with embossing powder, and I die cut the love out of that. That's another sentiment die cut, and then created a shaker, and in the background is another cute cover plate die. So there's that one, and that's with the Endless Hearts. See, it's all one die, and then it cuts them all out. So you can use them just like this. Look, I cut them out of vellum and I took the individual ones and I used it in the background here. Isn't this card pretty too? Love this one. I really love this one. Okay. Here is the die set. It's called Trendy Botanicals, and that's what I used to do this one. So pretty. And one thing I love about this die is that many of the pieces are connected. Makes it so much easier for die cutting rather than putting individual ones on there. And then look at the back for inspiration. Very pretty. Just using colored cardstock, maybe adding a little bit of inking. We might have time to demo that, but I doubt it. And then I did ink smushing on this one. And I really love how this one came out. Lots of dimension, lots of ink smushing, and, you know, dribbling water and things like that. So that's that one. And I love that one. That's Trendy Botanicals. Then we have the From Our Hearts stamp and die. And I'd really like to demo this one too, and some fun things that you don't even need to color it. But I did color it for this one. And you can tell this is the color scheme I kind of went with. And, I was really loving this color scheme. I have to tell you, it pushed me way outside of my comfort zone. And look how pretty these flowers are colored, but you don't have to color them. I think they're really pretty, just stamped with that inky kind of hand-drawn flower look. Okay. So there's that. Really pretty. Love this From Our Hearts stamp and die set. Thanks, Diana. Then check this out. Heart garland cover die. Oh my word. Look, I cut out some samples and they're so cute. And then the cool thing is all those teeny little hearts cut out, and I kept them to use as confetti or little shaker bits. So you could paper piece back in there, and then you've got all these little shaker bits, and that I used for the background, both on this shaker card, which you can't really see because of the sequins, but look how pretty it is here with this one in the background. And I hope to use this one with our penguins. So there's that one. And then we've got this Love and XO die set. And I cut some out of that. And how cool would this be? Look, use this. Obviously mine's crooked, but if you cut a rectangle, leave it straight and put that as a sentiment on a card, super cool. Or use the letters, or how about this? Use this as a stencil and use it to ink blend on a card background. So many possibilities. And then XOXO. You have to go look at all the designer sample cards because they are phenomenal. Lots of ideas there. This one, the heart collage die. Seriously, look, this I think stole my heart. Check this one out. I cut it out of white and pink, but look at this glitter, this like champagne glitter. How pretty is that? So you get this detailed die, right? And you know, I don't know if you've seen some of my other cards, go look, but I love to stack them up, and each little area can be its own little shaker. And I think one of the other designers did that also. Really cute. You'll see some other cards I've created in the past. That's one of my favorite techniques to do. Takes a little bit of work, but it is so worth it. But look, so you've got that, okay? But then you have all the hearts that it cuts out, and you don't want to throw those away either. And look, then you can paper piece them back in. And you've got all these pretty ones also to use. And these are left over from the ink smushed card. I used it in the background. And I pieced a couple back in. Let's see if you can see it. Look, see that right there? I pieced that one in, but then I left these open. I pieced one right there, left these open. And then I even used a couple of little ones on my flowers. Aren't those so cute? As like little, almost their own little sequins. I put Wink of Stella on there. I don't know if you can see. It'd be pretty with some glossy accents or that embossing powder again too, to give it a little bit of dimension. Jennifer says they'd be great to use. I forgot. I think, Jennifer, you're the junk journaler too, aren't you? So many things you can use for that, right? Tuck them in behind pictures, on layouts, things like that. Here's the dies to go with the penguins. And then we've got these birthday and wish die set. And look, layered. Oh no, this is from a previous release. I'm gonna put this over here. Here, it's thanks and hugs die set. Really cute. And I cut a whole bunch of those out. So go watch my other video where I show all of the different things and I kind of die cut them for you. And this was just a quick run through. So I'm going to move all this stuff to the side and put it away later. Get this out of the way. And let's talk for just a second before we color a couple of penguins about how I came up with this color scheme. So this was, like I said, I wanted to do something different, far removed from anything Valentine's Day. So I pulled out my trusty color cubes. Okay. And here's what I do. I just start going through. If something grabs my attention and I look at it for probably longer than 3 seconds, then there's something to it. And now these I had pulled out, but they weren't. I decided to kind of go with something that really pushed me. Look, I kept looking at this one, just kept looking at it and looking at it. I decided to go with something way like this one too, would be way out of my comfort zone. I normally would not pick these colors. But if I pulled this out, and I looked at these colors or I looked at the picture for longer than about 3 seconds, it goes in my pile because there's something about it. Don't know what it is. And it may not be a winner in the end, but there's something about it that I needed to pull it. And that's what I do. Hi, Linda Gorman. How are you? So that's how cards get pulled in the beginning. And let's move this so you can see. So here were the ones that made the cut. And you can see I started kind of going with, they all had something in common, right? Y'all know I love these colors. So that's probably what it was here, okay? And notice these are all a color family. And right away, I think of the Catherine Pooler green blues that I love, like Daydream and what's in that color family? I know it's Daydream and I can't remember the other ones. Aquatini, I think this is more like spa colors and has a little hint of earthiness to it. Love those. And then these, once again, I love these blues. And you know, Catherine has new blues in the spa collection, and I think that's why I picked those. But then it's got more of the party colors, more of a saturated hue, but then also almost the new succulent green and an orange. So what's going on here that you see in a lot of these, not all of them, but let's talk about this one and these two and this one kind of. Blue and orange are opposite each other on the color wheel. They are complementary colors. They are kind of highly contrasting. You'll see a lot of football uniforms that will be complementary colors, the blues and the oranges, the purples and the yellows, things like that. Christmas, red and green, those are complementary colors. They go well together, but they're also kind of very strikingly different. And they're opposite each other on the color wheel. So once again, if you have a color wheel and you pull it out for color theory, normally I am not a person that goes for complementary colors, like almost never. However, there was something about these that were really catching my eye. And I think it's because some of the new colors we recently have been using from Catherine Pooler are these like spa blues. This is the new one, I believe. And then the succulent green. But then the complementary color is orange. And there was just something about them that I just kept going back. So if you look at them, like this one doesn't really go along with that idea. And neither does this one. But all of these have like the complementary colors just in different shades, right? So this one had the green blues. This one is definitely more the blues. And notice you have the 3 colors in that color family, and then really 2 together. So you're really only going with 2 color families here. You're going with a lighter one, kind of a medium one, and a dark one. And this one has the 3. So it's kind of how you can start figuring out your own colors as you go forward. This one's got the 3 kinds of blues, and then we have 1 orange and 1 green right here. kind of the same concept. Two blues, a medium one and a darker one. Then you've got an orange. Supposedly on the back, when we look at it, it says this is peach. I think it's more of a warmy yellow one with maybe a drop of orange in it. And then you've got the marigold, it's calling it. And this, it even called this one mustard. No, I mean, there's nothing mustard about that to me. That one is green. I mean, look at it. So, but then you look at the picture and I think it's really pretty. I love how it all works together. And this is the color cube card that I eventually went with. And then you've got this one, and I think this one's really pretty. We've got, if you look at the back, it says it's beige. I think it's a little hint of green. And then this one, once again, says peach. I think it's a little bit more of a warm yellow. And then marigold again. See? Very similar colors. We've got marigold and peach. And then it's got beige and platinum. But the platinum has a drop of blue in it. It's definitely more gray. So that's what's going on. And that's how I really did love this one. And I almost went with that one. But then I thought, no, I kept looking at this card. So that's what I went with. So then I pulled out my Catherine Pooler ink colors and I swatched to kind of try and match. And this is where I pulled, let's see if I put the name on it. Nope, but I probably have it over here. I pulled Shea Butter. So I pulled Shea Butter, which is definitely a warm yellow. Whereas they called this peach. I thought it was more of this warm yellow, but I did then pull out the peach. And let's see what I pulled here. I pulled, this one's Tranquil. Am I in the screen? I can't really see. Apricot. Okay. Mandarin Spice. Martini. Now I have to tell you, I pulled the new Succulent, but when you swatch it, this one ended up not going as well. The Martini is a party color. I thought it was more pure and more closely matched the card, and I just liked it better when they all came together than just because it's on the card doesn't mean you have to like follow it strictly. And then this one is the new Glacier. So that's how I went with my colors. So don't think this is a hard and fast rule. There's no color cube police that are going to come tell you that you didn't do it. These are in the same color family. These are colors that are right next to each other on the color wheel. They're the analogous colors. You're never going to go wrong adding in another color into your collection if it kind of goes in the color wheel. And it is a warm kind of spa color, more earthy than a bright saturated kind of, you know, lemon color. And then we've got Martini. And also think about the rainbow. We've got orange and yellow. Then we've got a green. And then we've got blues. Okay, so that's another way to think of it on the color wheel. They all, we're looking at one part. Let's see if I've got one here. Here's the Catherine Pooler Spa Collection. So if we look at it, we're going orange, yellow. See, I told you, or no, Shea Butter, yellow. We went orange, yellow, and then we have a green, and then we've got our green blues, and then our blues. Okay, so we went this way, and they're all next to each other on the color wheel. We don't have any of these colors on. Would they go? Maybe, but that's just how this card went, and that's how I went about picking my colors. So I'm sorry, I have an itchy nose. I don't know what's going on. So there you have it. That's how I picked my color combination, pushed myself way out of my comfort zone, but with something that I kept going back to. And I knew there was something about it that I needed to use that one. So we're going with this color combination again, because it goes with the theme that I was trying to tell you throughout the year. And how about this for a masculine card? It's more kind of not girly colors, I don't think, but yet it's not just brown, right? And no man that's in my family is going to have a fit that I've got some glitter on there, right? And they love shaker cards. Don't be afraid to give a guy a shaker card, because it's the fact that it's interactive. They can't, it's the engineers, they'll look at it, they want to know how you did it, and they want to shake it too. I've been known to put gears and things like that into, I think I have a video way back when of a masculine shaker card. So, but this one, love this. And I think these are perfectly masculine colors, but then look, we got a feminine card too. But you have the oranges with the blues. It doesn't have to be that bright blue and bright orange like you see on the football uniforms, right? It's still complementary colors, but it's softened a little. And look how well we did with the card. I love this, and I love this color combo. So let's use it. We're going to use it tonight. Most likely. But first, let's color at least one penguin. And I'm trying to think what I would like to do. I tell you, this one's really cute, but here's the problem. I try not to look at the other designer cards because then it's in your mind and you want to do it. Someone used this. You have to go look. They used this adorable cover plate in the background, and you see how it's got like the garlands, and then that cute little penguin is right in the middle, and he's holding up his little garland, and it was really cute. So I don't want to do that, but of course that's what's in my mind. That I don't know who did that one. But let's do this little guy, because he's just got a letter, right? That's anytime all year long. So I'm going to quickly color him. Penguins are easy. Pick your grays. I normally like cool grays, so I'm going to get C00, and you do not need to pick as many colors as I pick. I tend to skip every other one, and I go like C00, C01. By the way, I have all the grays from C00 all the way up to C10. 3, 5, 7, 9, and you don't need to use all those. But that's normally what I might pick. And then maybe, I'll be honest, when I'm coloring black, I almost never pick black. Black's hard to color with. I might add in the C10, but I'll go in with that if I really need it. But you do not need to use this many, especially on this little guy. There's almost nothing there to color. So I'm going to put a base color and then go dark to light. So let's move all this. Let's zoom in. Let me get a drink of water before we get going. Do we need to zoom in anymore? Everybody's quiet. What you talking about? I've got to get some Alex Syberia, if only I know, aren't the dies fantastic? I love them. And by the way, I do have my affiliate link there with the list of supplies in the description under this video. Okay, so watch. So this one's going to be super easy. We aren't going to need all this, but I always lay down a base color and either do flicks or little circles. But this one's so easy. I'm just taking it around. I always lay down a base, the lightest base color, just so it blends, right? And that is C00. Now let's go right in with 9. I'll add 10 in a minute, and I'm just going to do one little line and little flicks, but don't stress. Little flicks tend to make me go outside the lines. Move your paper if you need to. Don't try to move your arm and give yourself fits. The little top of his head won't be quite as dark. You can even flick in a little bit because we've got the shadow there to show the roundiness of him. Okay. And we'll flick up just a little bit here. See how easy? Now, I'm telling you, we could probably color this whole thing with this one color. No big deal. No one would ever know, but we're not going to do that right now. C7. We're going to go on the wet edge because we don't want to kind of pull that color out or soften it too much. And then we'll take the C7 here. Little flicks in. Now we'll do 5. I can tell I'm going to want to go back in with my 10 probably. I doubt y'all can hear that, but Gabe's practicing his trumpet. We call this the jazzy part. He's kind of playing jazzy stuff. It sounds good. So we have background music. That was 5. Now we'll do 3 just because more is more, right? Whew, my 3 is, can you see that nib? It's bad. I need a new one. Let's see what's on there. Yeah, it's that nib. I don't need a new marker. I think I just need a new nib. But it's feeling kind of yucky right there. Let's blend this just a little bit. Because the top of his head right here is going to be a little bit lighter. We'll have to blend that a little bit. Okay. And then we'll do a C1. Right there on that wet edge. You don't need to go back over the whole thing. If you do that, it washes out your previous colors and you go over it and over it. And it's something I'm really trying to teach myself to do because I tend to be heavy-handed and I keep going and going and going. And what I'm doing is I'm just washing out the previous dark colors that I've done. And it's just a waste of time, right? It's like do it and be done. Now I'm adding in C10 just right here to really get this nice dark edge. Oops, I kind of went in there, so I had to fix it. Okay, that's the problem on these little images sometimes. So there's that. Now let's blend it with the 9 just a little bit in together. Ooh, my 9 is juicy. So the problem is I should have started with the 10 and oh, now see, I went out there too. This little angle, and because I'm trying to hurry, I don't do my best coloring in a live, that's for sure. Sorry, I should have started with 10 because now it made the whole thing so much darker. I honestly think that a mistake that sometimes people make is they're afraid to go too dark, and the dark is what makes it look good. So just start with the dark and, you know, just go from there. Because the dark, you'll find if you really get daring, the dark is what makes your coloring look good. A lot of contrast. And maybe you don't want to use 5 colors, but man, I am not doing a good job. I am out of the lines everywhere. I'm not even going to use 1 or 0 again. This is going to be 3, kind of coming to the edge. And I'm kind of going in a circular motion to get that blended together. And I did not do a good job on his noggin because I way went out of the lines. Look, can you see it? We might have to do some fixing on there. I am not happy with that one. I'll probably redo it, but you get the idea of how I would color it, but this does not look good up here. It looks like he has a toupee on. He does, now that I look at him. Poor guy. Or like he's growing those little tufts like owls have on their heads. Poor guy. Oh well. Now, if you wanted to get jazzy, do a little bit of a very light bit of gray, because you know white is never white and black is never black when you're coloring. So if you really wanted to, you could take maybe a C0, C1 and give him a little bit of shading, or even a warm color. You know how on penguins, give him a little curl off of his toupee. I know, like almost like give it a woo, but like he's got one of those old-fashioned ones on. But you could do a little bit of warm gray down here. You know how the white fur on penguins often even has a little bit of a yellow look to it. We aren't going to get crazy, but I'll give it a little bit of color down here just for interest in shading, to show that he's a little bit rounded, right? And maybe color his feet just a little bit. Give him a little bit of color here. And maybe we'll color, some people don't like it. I tend to like it. If we color his cheeks kind of pink, right? Let's color his little feet. I'm going to do those in 10. Just color the whole thing. Ooh, that's a juicy marker. That's part of the problem. You can tell I don't use 10 very often. Okay, let's, I tend to like an R20 or an R11 for cute little rosy cheeks. And we'll give him some real pink ones here. There we go. And let's color his little heart. Let's do it in orange, and we'll do his little beacon orange because it doesn't have to be red, right? YR18 is what I grabbed. Don't know if it'll be the best, but it's going to work. There, that's cute, right? And we could give him a shadow under his letter, once again, going way too far, but if he's holding it, it's going to have a little bit of a shadow on his belly. Right? Super easy, right? Just take your time and do a better job than I did. And I've got the die. So let's die cut him out. What's everybody been working on? What kinds of projects? I know Diana and Stacy and Lisa are waiting for, what are you guys waiting for? SCT? Tell me what you were waiting for. I can't remember. Diana sent hers to Canada. She fat fingered her own zip code. I'm not laughing, Diana. But it's coming. She'll get it. So let's die cut this. And then let's do some ink blending with that background and maybe cut out some exos or some loves. I was hoping this die might cut his little toupee off, but oh, gotta be careful and not move it when I pick it up. Okay, let's run this through the die machine. See how easy that is to die or to color? Super easy. Oh, Jennifer's working on a baby quilt. I've been working on these. I love it when I get really inspired by a really awesome release. And I've got so many ideas. I mean, so many ideas. So I'll keep these and use those, finish coloring those and do a better job than I did this one. We also have the dies for, did you see the cute little mailbox? Let's do the mailbox. We need that mailbox, don't we? And then we'll die cut that one too. I think we need that. Let's make it easy. Do you think? Let's color it at the North Pole. Should we color it blue? Or let's color it dark blue. No. Don't want it green. Don't know about this shea butter. Maybe. Let's color it a warm yellow, see what happens. Oh well. Let's do a YR23 and maybe we'll see how this looks. I don't know. Let's start with YR20. We'll see how it goes, right? National Nutrition, so working on activities for work, says Laura. Laura, guess what I'm doing? I've started making my own bread. And I decided we're going to I'm going to feed my, you know, I don't know if you know, but we have been working on Gabe's blood pressure. You'd think a kid that is as fit as he is, and you know, he's really thin, he's super fit, he's tall, he's athletic. You know, he did competitive marching band last summer. You'd think a kid like that would be in the best shape. I don't know what's going on. We need to go back to the doctor. We've been monitoring it, and it's not too bad now. It's just not perfect, his blood pressure. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to get healthy. And a lot of the store-bought junk, we're not going to do that so much. So it's all organic. I bought a really nice bread machine, and I have not bought a loaf of junky grocery store bread with all the sugar and all the junk in weeks. And it's so good, this new bread. I make wheat bread, and I'm making white bread, like organic white bread, and I cut the sugar. Even the recipes that we have call for, you don't think it's much sugar, and then you kind of figure it up. I always think of things, 4 grams of sugar is what's in 1 teaspoon. So when you look at the sugar content on something, you know, at first you think, oh, 1/3 of a cup of sugar for a whole loaf of bread isn't that much, you know, or a 1/4 cup. Well, when you start figuring out how many teaspoons that is and how much you get in, that's still a lot. And so you're taking something healthy, and then it's not so healthy anymore. And so I cut the sugar way, way down from the recipes, and it doesn't affect the recipes at all. And they love it. Like, especially, oh, you know how bread smells when it's baking, and it's just so good. So no one in the house is complaining that they miss anything at all with the new healthy bread. And you know, I just have to be careful that I don't eat too much. So I allow myself to eat 1 slice a day. And so I love that you're doing healthy stuff for Nutrition Month. And we'll see. Man, I'm doing, Gaby's taking supplements, and we're monitoring his blood pressure, and pray for us that hopefully we get it all taken care of, because it's absolutely ridiculous that a kid his age and in the shape he's in is having any blood pressure issues. It's absolutely ridiculous. So we aren't very happy about that. So these are the things that the Thompson family's doing, and very much like organic everything I've been trying to buy in. Of course, that's outrageously expensive. Let's see. I had a bread machine way back. I know, Laura, like that was my problem too. And that's why I said like that I only let myself eat 1 slice a day. And I try to make it in the morning even. It's so good though. So I've done a pretty good job. Like I hadn't had any yet today, and I had a slice right before I went on because I was hungry, really hungry. And I normally eat dinner after we're done with the live. So there's our little mailbox. It's okay. It's not thrilling me, but it doesn't matter. It's a cute little mailbox, and it'll go, right? And you can make your mailbox any color you want. Okay. So there's my little Thompson story time right there. What's going on in the Thompson house. But they're digging the homemade bread. I'll tell you that. Diana was here and we made pizza dough. Oops, I moved my die. I could not be stubborn and actually tape it, but that would take extra work. And so we made pizza dough, and for a trial run, it was okay. It tasted really good. And it needs some practice, and we we definitely need to work on spreading out our pizza dough. It was quite the effort, but it's okay. Okay, there's our little mailbox, and let's put this away. Pizza dough was good. We just need to get it thinner and figure out how to spread it. I doubt that I'll ever be throwing it up in the air, but you never know. I'm sure it's something Gabe could watch a YouTube video on and then he'd be a master at it, because that's pretty much how Gabe rolls. Okay, let's do this. Here's what I'm thinking. Let's do a little bit of a rainbow background in these colors. We'll do some ink blending and see how it comes out. Let me find, I'm looking for my little Hammer Mill envelope. You know, I keep little envelopes here on my desk of the cardstocks that I normally use. Here we go. This is Hammer Mill 100 pound. That's what I use for coloring. It's what I use for pretty much everything. It's the one with the chameleon on it, right? It's in my supplies list. Chameleon is what you always need to remember. So let's, I think we'll do an angle, kind of like a rainbow, right? And I'm not going to go, maybe I could go direct ink, but that might make it too crazy. Let me get some blending brushes out. They're kind of a disaster. I washed them, but they're still dirty. I've decided I think I'm going to get all new brushes because mine have been put through the ringer for sure. It's time. I've had mine for a long time, so it won't be a bad thing if I get new ones. Like, I've had mine a long time, so it's okay. Right? Like, I'm talking years and years. So let's do, I always like to start with, I'm going to go, if you can see this here, lighter and then dark, light, kind of medium, then light and dark again. Okay, so let's do this. And I'm not going to use a sticky mat because sometimes I don't like to ink blend off onto a sticky mat. It tends to grab the brush and makes it skip a little bit. So let's do this. I might end up doing some direct ink to paper, but maybe not for right now. Okay, so do some ink blending. I'll clean in between colors. As far as color families, look how dark that is. I've been doing a much better job keeping my ink pads juicy. And I'm going quickly because this is mainly going to be covered up. Okay, and I'm going to blend in the yellow to the orange. Okay, I'm going to go with the apricot here and blend a little bit more. I'm going to use that garland. This does not look good, and I know it because I'm not worried about it. I'm going to use that garland cover plate so that you can just barely see the rainbow. Now I'm going to clean the background. Oh, I have something to show you. Look. How cute is this? My friend Lisa. Lisa, are you still on here? Lisa is creating these adorable bags to sell this summer at the retreat. Look, NCR, with these cute new varsity letters that are all the rage. And look what's in it. We have a water bottle. Isn't that so cute? And then we have stamp cleaner. And then we have alcohol bottle. Isn't that fantastic? So she's going to have those to sell. I just need the water at the NCR this summer. So cute. Love them. There's your plug, Lisa, because it is absolutely adorable. Now, I love how these water bottles spray too, but she told me she can't get this exact one. So it's going to be a different one, but I'm sure it'll be fantastic. So I'm cleaning here. And now let's go in with our shea butter. how juicy my ink pad is. If you do a lot of ink blending with Catherine Pooler inks, you'll need the re-inkers because you have to re-ink a lot. Okay. I'm probably going to go in direct ink to paper here. It helps you do a better swipe. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Okay. And now we'll go in with green. Now, I always do a lighter color before I do the darker color so that it doesn't cross-contaminate. So now we're going to go in with Martini. Now, I will not go over Martini with my Tranquil because I don't want to contaminate that pad. But going in with Martini over the yellow won't hurt anything at all. Okay, oops. Got to be careful. Your ink pad will grab it. Once again, not my best work. So hold it tight. Okay. I don't think we'll be able to see it. And I don't like this, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Once again, you're getting the idea. Lives are, I normally am trying to go so quickly. And I think I'm hungry tonight too is part of the problem. I'm like, let's get this done so I can go eat. Okay. Okay, now I don't have much room for Tranquil and Glacier. I didn't plan that very well, did I? I'm going to go in with Glacier and skip Tranquil altogether because I just don't have enough room. So once again, be flexible, right? You don't have to worry about someone calling your color cube police. No one knows. Okay, now I think it would be prettier if I hadn't swiped, if I had done all the ink blending, but I got impatient and I wanted to get it done. So we'll see how it goes. In a perfect world, I think I'll redo this one and you'll see the end product be better. And that's the one that I'll post. So clean up your desk, move these inks. And here's what I'm thinking. Clean off your hands because you don't want to have any ink. I'm going to die cut from white. Let's see. I don't have any baby wipes right here. So, but clean off your hands if they're inky. And let's get a piece of white cardstock. Okay, I still think my hands are inky, so we'll see how it goes. And we're going to die cut using this garland background. This one, love this heart garland. Okay, and it is an A2, okay? 5.5 by 4.25. So if you line it up perfectly, if you cut your paper, but I don't want to, you know what? I'm not worried about it because I am going to cut it down anyway. So it doesn't matter if I don't have it perfectly right on here because I'm going to cut it anyway. I might turn it this way so that I can see where my paper is. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm going to cut this down. This I'll definitely be redoing. I like the idea, but I don't like the execution that I did. Okay, so here's what happens. Look how cute when you die cut it, and then look at all these little hearts that we're getting. So if you wanted to keep those, let's say it's, you know, a colored cardstock. Now look, if we left it just like this, and did not, ooh, that was a smaller, darn it all, I did not look, and I pulled a panel that was smaller than a normal A2. Look how cute this is though. Look how cute, and you wouldn't know it, but what I'm thinking is that we cut it down, we cut this down, and you can see a little bit of the edges, but it would look better. So you'll see what I mean. I was thinking we would cut this down so you can see a little bit more of a pretty inked background, and then narrow our frame of focus with our cute little penguin guy. But because this was not a good job ink blending, and because it's smaller than this background cut, we can center it, and look how cute that is. I love that. It's soft, isn't it? The colors are very soft, still looks like a rainbow, but yet it's still those colors from our color cube. How pretty. I love that. I'm not going to complain about that one at all. I love it. Now you have to see, hold on, I'm trying to get this off. It's sticking tightly to my, you have to see this cute XOXO in love. And let's figure out what we want here. Okay, so we've got these cute little dies. Okay, we've got XOXO and love. I think these little XOXOs are really, really cute. Let's die cut them out of one of these colors. What color should we pick? And we can do different ones, right? We could do the rainbow colors and then cut it out of that, or we could just do black. I don't know. Let's try different things. Let's see if I have any black cardstock. That's a card base. I don't want to use that. Normally I have some. Yes, I do. Let's just cut it out of black and see how it looks. And then we'll ink blend a little bit and see how that looks, right? We're not, you know, I always experiment a lot when I receive new supplies. I will just die cut and I'll cut it out of different colors. And you saw that in the beginning. Oh, look, Sue Crafter, my technical director, is on telling me purple. You're not following the plan, Sue Crafter. That is not one of our colors at all. Purple's not going to look good. So you're fired on picking colors. Sorry. Okay, and I would keep these little, no, we don't need the little middle things. Look how cute this is. Where's my other X is my question. Must be in the die. Let's cut a couple of these because it would be really cute. I think, let's see. Look, how cute is this? XOXOXOXO. Look, not a Valentine's card, right? XOXO. And here's our little guy with his little mailbox. Or you could just put him on there without the mailbox. And he's cute, right? Okay, really cute. So there's that. We could make some rainbow letters, or I kind of like the black XOXO because they go with him, right? He could go under it. He could go over it. Look what else you can do. You could do this. We could even put them in the middle and go down the card, or I don't know. I haven't played with this, so I don't know exactly what I'm thinking, but you know, lots of different things you could do. Or you can go XO like this way, you know, lots of different things you could do, right? And then he could be down here with his little mailbox. How cute's that one? I mean, don't get wrapped up in traditional kind of layouts or whatever. I think he's really cute. I like that. I'd take that one for sure. Let's see if I have any card bases done. Here's one. Isn't he too cute? I agree. He's adorable. Okay, I'm not going to finish this, but you get the idea, right? Because I want to show you something else that is kind of on my mind. Haven't tried it. This is going to be a total, I'm kind of winging it. but he came out really cute. That background was awful in the beginning, that ink blending, but look, no one knows, and it's all hidden and it's adorable. So there we've got that one. Okay, let's do something else. What time is it? Where are we? Oh, we've been at an hour already. I'm going to real quickly show you something because this one's important. I want you to realize that you do not have to color every line art, floral, whatever that comes along. It can be really, really pretty just stamped. Okay, let me clean this up just a little bit. Okay, let me measure this before we use it. Oh, I know this one's going to be somewhat right because I just cut the other one out of it. So this one's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So perfect. Watch. Let's do this one with some pigment, black pigment ink. VersaFine Clair, VersaFine Clair, VersaFine. I like VersaFine Clair too. And let's use our, I don't want to use I'm going to use the stamp wheel, but now I have to take all the penguins off that we put on it earlier. So take these off real fast. Okay. Let me take these off. Give me a second. Ooh, I'm going to come out a little bit because we are way zoomed in. I know I didn't clean my stamps off. It's okay. Pretty much the way I roll. FYI, if you follow the Nashville Craft Retreat and you haven't seen it, yesterday I posted late last night. I was up late last night trying to get work done. I posted the link for the crop that I'm hosting in November over Veterans Day weekend. It will go Friday, Saturday, and all day Sunday. Check-in will be Friday morning, I believe, at 10 a.m. And we're holding it, this event, we're holding at Henry Horton Lodge here in Tennessee. It's about an hour, a little over an hour south of the Nashville airport. Beautiful, I hear. I have not been there. And I have to show you. There's a little heart stamp here that I hadn't seen before. I love those little extra touches. And so anyway, it is going to be at Henry Horton Lodge in November, Veterans Day weekend. The link is posted. So if you want to come, registration's open. It is $149 for, if you're a cropper, I would recommend the 6-foot tables option. If you are a card maker, you really don't need all that space, and I would prefer it if all the card makers would register for the 4-foot. You get half of an 8-foot table. And because a lot of the card makers, you're going to want to register for all the classes, and you're not going to be there much of the time anyway. So 4-foot is only $100, and then the cost of any classes you want to take will be on top of that. So that registration is open, and I think it's going to be a great weekend. I'm really excited about it. We'll have giveaways and games and workshops that will be announced. I don't have them planned yet, but you can come. If you've never been to a crop, you just bring all of your stuff and you do whatever crafty projects you want to do. And, or you can take the workshops. I probably will plan about, I'm guessing 4 workshops. Okay. But if you're a scrapbooker, you just bring your scrapbooking stuff, and we'll have some scrapbooking classes too, because I will have a Creative Memories rep there, and we'll probably do something with paper collections, right? And it'll be good. So go get registered. It's at the Nashville Craft Retreat page, webpage, NashvilleCraftRetreat.com. You'll go to in-person classes and the crop, and get registered. And we'd love for you to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's put this one here, and then we'll move it and see where we want from here. So let's get this done. Okay. I always put the stamp wheel with that little hole at the top, and kind of pop it in. Mine is like, I have to use it. I don't know why. There we go. It's being a little fidgety with me. I think maybe I put this in too tight. Get those stamps on there, and then I pick it up and I flip it over and ink these up. So I'm using VersaFine Clair because it is a pigment ink, and it's water resistant, because I can either leave this just the white. I love the look of the white, and it looks more artsy that way. Or we can add some ink, smushing or splattering too. Then I flip it. This goes at the top again. I pop it in. And there goes my phone, scared me. Make sure it's all inked, but if not, I can flip it back and I can ink it again. And then we'll want to heat set this ink. Yeah, I didn't get the bottom. Let's do it again. Oh, I don't think I inked it, so let's ink it again. There, I got it. Okay. I love, love, love this hand-drawn look of these flowers. Okay, flip it. So the little circles at the top again. There we go. Make sure you get everything pressed down and the ink transfers to the paper. There we go. Look how pretty that is. I'd like to do a couple more leaves. So and we could even do another flower, but we'll move it. I don't know that I want to use the stamp wheel so that it's turning, because I didn't plan it that way. See, that wouldn't look good, which is normal. You can turn it like a wreath if you want to. Let's kind of wipe these up just a little bit. I'm using my stamp chamois. And let's move, especially the leaves. Kind of wanted that to look kind of like they were falling down. Let's put that one there. And this one maybe can be going, this is that big one. There's no right or wrong way here. This one here, and then maybe the little one can be falling this way. No, let's have this one kind of going this way. Okay. And then do we want just the edge of another flower? I don't know. Let me think. If I had a mask, I might use a mask here and layer these together. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to get these leaves on and stamp those, and then I'll show you. Now here's the problem. If I want to do a water technique, I used hammer mill. I didn't think to use my favorite Strathmore Bristol Smooth. So I would have to do some ink blending, but I really wanted to do a water technique. I could do some splatters and just be happy with that. Okay, see how I'm keeping this little area at the top? Look how pretty this is. Isn't that pretty just like that? Seriously, I'm just putting my stamps on. You could do that. Then you could put a sentiment on it, or even right in the middle. You could ink blend around the edges, and I'll finish this card, but I just wanted you to see how pretty it is. You do not need to color these. They're beautiful. You could ink blend if you wanted to. Like I said, I was thinking about doing some ink smushing and some water techniques. You could just ink blend on the side, or just leave it white. And I think it's just lovely just the way it is with it's real organic and just that hand sketchiness of it. I love that. Jennifer says, I'm notoriously directionally challenged according to my husband. So I put a blue rhinestone at the top of my stamp wheel so I could spot it easily. There you go. So she put a blue rhinestone up at the top right here, but there is a hole there. Can you see that? So like, that's what I look for, is that little hole. So Jennifer put a rhinestone there. Okay. So that's a good idea too. I just look for that little hole thing. Okay. And then if you're making a wreath, and you have to go back and watch my Altenew video from last week, you would turn it 90 degrees right there. And then you turn it another 90 degrees or 180 from the top. And you just go around and stamp. And I just love the cards I made with it that way. I have to say, I had never really played with the stamp wheel, even though I owned one, a whole lot. And I love the sticky mat of this, and I am liking it as a stamp positioner, and the fact that you can restamp. I love my Misties, I do, but I'm digging the stamp wheel. So there you go. That is that from our hearts. And so you could just put a sentiment in the middle, look, and leave that. You could die cut this and leave your pretty flowers. You could have done them at the top. But just leaving it like that, no coloring needed, I have to tell you, I'm kind of obsessed with these flowers because they look like you actually drew them. When you ink them up really well, I really like that. I'm obsessed with this, just the way it is. So anyway, that's my thinking. We're already at 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'll finish a card. You'll see it. And hopefully you'll like it. But I like what we did. I think, my penguin needs to be better. But look how cute. Look how cute. Right? And it's still in our little color palette, and that cute rainbow back there in our color palette. I'm loving it. And there is our card. And these were our ink swatches. I like to ink swatch so I really see it before I start, and that goes with the color cube. So I need to make sure my color cubes are on that shopping list too, because a lot of people ask me, they'll private message me and say, do you really use your color cubes? I don't use them all the time. I mean, let's be honest, but I tend to stick with the same colors. And so I do use them. I don't use them all the time, but like for this, I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to move outside the box. Of course, I went to the pinks and the reds, and maybe for fun, I added in a purple, but I wanted to move outside that comfort zone. And this is what we did. And I love it. Like, I love that they all coordinate, and it definitely pushed me outside. Oh, I got a fingerprint on that one. Darn it all. That's what I said I was going to do, right? So anyway, there's my little spiel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I will see you next Thursday. I have to tell you, I'm kind of thinking about doing a series on creating mini albums. My friend Stacy has been kind of junk journaling and creating little journals. And it's been a long, long time since I've made a mini album, and I love it. And it's fun. And if you've never made one, um, it's fun. And you can use bits and pieces from it in your card making, or you can actually, you might enjoy making it and make one for your family. So I'm thinking about starting that series. We need to finish up our bougie, basic to bougie backgrounds. I need to take all the backgrounds we made and put them together and show you how to make some cards. That's probably next week. And then after that, I think we may be starting a mini album series. So that's what's going on. Lots going on behind the scenes. I can put my face on here and say, hey, lots going on behind the scenes for the Nashville Craft Retreat. I'm so excited. Like, there's a lot going on and so many exciting things. And what else? The crop is now posted. So go register for the crop, because I only have so many seats, and it's not like I have as many as the craft retreat, and so we're limited. So go register. If you're a card maker, please register for the 4-foot option. If you're a scrapbooker, by all means take the 6-foot option. Then we'll have classes to register for, and we'll have some free demos, we'll have giveaways, we're going to play games, and it'll be lots of fun. And we're going to be out in a beautiful setting, and if we're lucky, because in Tennessee at the beginning of November we get a beautiful weather, or it might be cold and rainy, you never know. But we're going to pray for really nice, beautiful weather, and that the leaves might still be on the trees and you can see beautiful colors. So thanks, Laura. And thanks everybody for watching. I haven't been on for a couple of weeks, so it was fun. And once I got going, I wasn't as rusty. If you have any questions about anything, always leave me a comment. Don't forget to like this video, please. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'm really trying to boost my minutes, so please go watch any other videos, have it run in the background, whatever you need to do so that we get our watch time up. I would appreciate it. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. You guys take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye now.